Gilbert, of course, has got to try and get over the defeat to Carter. He had a great chance to win it. Snookered himself on the last red behind the yellow and left the red on in escaping.
Well, three. Four. Batting of 4.
We'll be disappointed, I think, to miss that pink, because, as I say, played well in that 3-0 victory over Maguire, and that was another early scoring chance after the good initial red, but pink stayed out.
Cheers, Glenn. Thanks. 1. Seven. 8.
There may be one that pops to the left middle.
40.
It's getting the cue ball out as well, though, for a colour. well, doesn't like the look of it, so looking at a safety now. And Gould will be relieved having missed that ping. He's not really been punished here. Gilbert hasn't got the cue ball to
14.
the top cushion either, which was the idea behind that shot.
One.
Yeah, it looked good that, but he didn't play the pot. He was playing the safety. Held his hand up. And now can just roll up to the ping.
Batting go 1.
Well, I'm not sure if he's playing the pot here. We'll soon find out. It's awkward queuing. Well, he was playing it, but it was a bit do or die, that. A little flick on the yellow helps, though. He's not left the red to the green pocket. And that was a definite chance for Gilbert, but just that little kiss on the yellow, and he's not on it now.
One.
Just strokes those in. Cool as you like, but not got great position here. If he tries to cut this pink in, then he's going to have to get it, because he's almost certainly going to be leaving reds on. It's in. A big shot from Martin Gould, but he's got it. Pink, I think, is going to go on the black spot, which helps. So he's away here in frame 1.
7. Eight.
Well, he massively overdid the cue ball. This has been an issue. The issue is not potting good balls, it's keeping position. Now, he's on the green, but a bit thinner than intended, although, again, there's so many reds out in the open, he's surely going to be on one of them, assuming he pots the green.
$11. 12. 12. $80. 90. 25. 26. 32. 33. 39.
So Gould 30 in front.
40.
He has a certain fearless style which is pretty irresistible. He's not going to pot everything, but he pots plenty and he has no inhibitions about going for them either. It's what got him in this frame.
46. 47.
He'll need the yellow and the next red, and Gilbert will need snookers. Yeah, Gilbert laboured against Ali Carter without ultimately getting the win.
49.
Straight back on. And he's already 1-0 down.
50. 52. 53. 55. 57. 60. 64.
Well, he made 3 half centuries in his 3-0 win against Stephen Maguire on this table this morning. A couple of hours have passed
61.
since then, but the form remains the same. Martin Gould feeling very confident, clearly. He is a former Championship League winner. 2013
75.
was the year he won, and he's made a very good start
75 in the first round.
to this match. That's 75 to the pink. Puts him 1-0 in front. Gould very dangerous because he goes for a high percentage of shots, and of course when he's playing well he gets a high percentage. And today anyway he's been making the breaks off the chances that he's been getting. It's Dave Gilbert's last match, so obviously on 2 points. If he loses, then he's going to finish 5th, and everything's really going to be sorted. That what will happen is the last couple of matches will just be about the places in the top 4. If he wins, then it becomes open again in terms of who actually gets in those top 4 places to reach the playoffs. Mark Davis and Steve Maguire have started on table 1. We've got Gould against Barry Hawkins here, and then, of course, the 2 players who are set to be relegated, Ali Carter and Jao Gudong, will play each other. They've each, so far, won just 1 match. Rob Spencer sets them up for frame 2, and Martin Gould looking dangerous. He's had a 75 break to win the opener. Dave Gilbert, who lost the previous match, of course, to Carter on this table, coming forward to break, trying to get himself together here, because he led that match 2-0, but ultimately was defeated.
Second frame. Dave Gilbert's break.
I think one thing he'll be looking to do is try and just focus here, get his concentration back, because it was quite a long match with Carter, and maybe it's just wandered a little. That can happen. Well, these reds all out in the open. Black available, so whoever gets in first, you'd fancy to make a sizable break. But it's not Dave Gilbert in first. It was a big shot, really. Gould with a choice of a couple of reds here. Yeah, it's nicely done. He needed to come past that pink, and he has done.
7.
Well, just didn't really get into the cue ball, and this is what I was saying last frame. He just put himself under pressure sometimes, Gould, with his positional play. And this black, you'd expect him to pot it, but it's not as straightforward as it could have been. Just drops. So he's okay again. This is a great chance for 2-0 where the balls are. But he's got to try and keep tight control of that white.
50.
Just keep things simple.
60. $23. 24. 31. $32.
Yeah, Gould putting his chalk on the table rail. Normally the player would have a little pouch, or some players just put it in their pocket.
39. 40. 47. 48.
Well, he ran through Maguire earlier in 24 minutes, and already here he's well on the way to opening a 2-0 lead. Break goes to 55. Plenty more to come.
55.
He's made 199 career centuries. I wonder if this is the moment where Martin Gould will get to 200. 32 players have made 200 century breaks in competitive play, tournament play. He knew he was close because he was asking yesterday what he was on. He made that 135, of course, first frame.
61.
Missed the black for a 142, and there's since been, from Ali Carter, a 141. So Gould knows that he slightly missed the boat there in terms of the £500 high break prize, although day's not over yet. Chance to beat Carter's target. Right now, though, he needs this red, and it should be 2-0.
67.
Because Gilbert will need a snooker.
68.
Gilbert did have a chance, not an easy red, and he knew as he went back to his seat he'd left this chance on, and Gould has taken it well.
75. 76.
Well, they'll need a good pot to continue towards the century. That's not in, but a swift 83 from Martin Gould follows the 75 in frame one. He's been dominant so far, and he leads here 2-0. So just Judd Trump, Stuart Bingham and Mark Selby. Great lineup. There's 4 players out of 5 there have won ranking events this season.
Martin Gould to back.
Martin Gould then leads 2-0. His ad breaks are 75 and 83. He's played really well so far. Gilbert just seems to have been on the back foot throughout this match. Martin Gould making the running with his style of play. And even when it looks like you played a good safety against Gould, you know, he can find them and he can knock them in. And again, you know, he's gone for that one. He didn't get it, but just puts Gilbert on alert that Gould is going to be taking balls on. Not afraid to do that. Well, Gilbert's not one in, but he's not on a colour. And what does he do now? Because these reds are all there, invitingly for Gould. He's got to try and find a safe spot for the cue ball, but... well, he's got to try and get the white back down to bulk. But even then, there's reds near pockets, so... this is trouble. Cannon the red, which has taken a bit of the pace out the white. And he may have left the gap through to the red over the left corner. In which case, that's about as calamitous as it can be for Gilbert.
What?
Gould seemed to get a nice kiss there. But he's missed the blue. That's a surprise, really, after the way he's played in the match. Gilbert unable to take advantage Well, he has had chances in this match, but he's just not converting them.
Well,
Good pot. It would be awkward for the black. He may take the green here. Black is awkward queuing. He's looking at the green.
four.
Gilbert not putting him under massive pressure, it's got to be said.
Five. $12. $13.
Well, it's got a bit ragged all of a sudden.
13.
Gould missing that black. Now is this the moment where Gilbert finally comes to life in this match? It's going to have to happen soon if he's going to take anything out of it.
One. Cheers. Thanks. Eight. Dave Gilbert, 8.
No, it's just not happening for Dave Gilbert, and his challenge in this Championship League is petering out. The worst that can happen today is that he finishes 5th and will come back for Group 7, but it's been a pretty bruising couple of hours for him. It was looking good when he led Ali Carter 2-0, but lost 3-2 and just not posing any real challenge in this match. Of course, he's been one of the stars of the week, having made the 147th maximum break in Group 5, but just waned a little bit since then.
5.
Didn't really want the kiss on the red. Just made this next colour a bit more difficult. He's only 10 in front in the frame. Well, this time an unintentional kiss on the yellow, but it's okay actually. Still on this red.
Eight. 9.
Again, though, just leaving things awkward in terms of position and not got much angle on this green, I don't think. Yeah, and he's missed it. So it's all a little bit scrappy right now.
Passing Gould 9.
Gilbert just looking to open these reds up, which is fair enough. He's going to need them, but obviously concerned at leaving any sort of pot on. Yeah, and he did. Well, he could take the blue on, play down for the reds, try and win the match, or he could just roll up for the snooker. And that's what he's doing, just keeping things tight, trying to force an opening. Because if Gilbert leaves a red on here, then, although there's only 15 points in it, you fancy Gould strongly to win the match. And he has left one on, so it's down to Martin Gould now to try and get this one. It's a good chance.
Yeah, what?
Feels that was a kick.
Five. 6. 30. 40. 21. 22.
So Gilbert has struggled badly. I think it's partly a reaction to the last match, and in fact he's already conceded. He's seen enough. So Martin Gould then wins 3-0 in no time at all, and he's actually gone, for the moment anyway, top of the table. He's going to join Barry Hawkins on 4 points. They both won 13, but Gould has lost fewer frames. So for the moment he's top. He can really rubber stamp that because he's playing Hawkins next, so obviously whoever wins that is going to go to 5 points. The main thing is they both qualified for the playoffs. Dave Gilbert is going to finish 5th, so he'll come back for Group 7. So we know that it's Gould, Hawkins, Davis and Maguire in the playoffs. The question is, what's the order going to be? And we'll find that out over the course of the next hour. The next match is Martin Gould against Barry Hawkins.